What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into X-Force issue number 38. What we have seen is the anti-mutant group known as XENO. They have continued to evade X-Force. This has allowed them to advance their research in replicating and selling mutant biotech, with Beast being desperate for a lead. He deployed a radical offensive move, leaking a mutant egg, a key piece of the mutant resurrection process. He did this in hopes that the XENO's leader, the son, or you could say clone, of the Gene-Engineer, which if you don't know who that is, we don't blame you because it is such a deep pull from such a long time ago. The Gene-Engineer was a character that was utilized for a little bit, but really hasn't seen its day, hasn't seen any kind of action in years. But this clone is the Peacock Man, the man with the peacock tattoo. Beast was hoping that he would take this egg and it would lead X-Force to their secret base of operations. And while the egg did point them towards where they need to go in Genosha, what they didn't count on was Max, the young telepathic mutant that XENO had kidnapped from Krakoa. They are using him to activate the egg, and this unleashes the OMNI-MUTANT. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we have Omega Red, Domino, and Deadpool. They have made their way to Genosha, and they are currently fighting off against XENO's forces. As they are trying to take them down one at a time, we see Deadpool jump out the back of the plane, jumping right into one of these hideous creations' mouths, getting inside the stomach, cutting his way all the way through. We see this giant monstrosity just start to bleed out everywhere. With the team taking out the first line of defenses, they head into XENO's central operation. As they set charges along the way, every corridor, every doorway, no matter where they are dropping these bombs, getting ready to blow this whole place to Kingdom Come. With them walking into one of the cells, this cell drops them down to sublevels. And down in the sublevels, we have the man with the peacock tattoo, who is currently looking for Max. Max has seen what this man has done, especially to mutants. He is terrified that he is going to be cut up into little pieces. And while Max, he was able to run and hide, he wasn't able to hide for long, with the Peacock Man grabbing a needle and sticking it into Max's neck, some kind of sedative to put him down. Now, as our X-Force team make it down into the sublevels, this is where they have Omega Red tap into the system. This grants them access to XENO's database. With the uplink established, they begin scanning everything. Deadpool going to investigate a little further into the facility, and this is where he runs into the OMNI-MUTANT. While Sage and Beast are collecting all of this information, names, titles, contact information of XENO operatives, this is a global Rolodex, and he hasn't just been experimenting with mutants. The names here belong to politicians, to businesses, to military leaders. He has been cloning people. He has been cloning and replacing people in important places to build support for his cause. But while they look over this information, we find Domino and Deadpool facing off against this Omni-Mutant and getting their butts kicked. And while Omega Red wants to help out, he has to keep the uplink. All of this information is so vitally important in taking down XENO. And so while they try to face off this monster, Beast is noticing a common variable in their genetic makeup. He threaded some of Kid Omega into all of them so that he can maintain some kind of level of psychic control and loyalty over his quote-unquote children. Beast believes that if they can disrupt that sequence inside the XENO mainframe, then maybe they can take down this whole operation. That's where Omega Red goes in to save Domino before this monstrosity takes her out. But we see the Omni-Mutant, it spews out death spores onto Omega Red, completely melting his freaking face off. Omega Red is taken out of this fight just like that. And that is when the man with the peacock tattoo comes into the room, clapping his hands, letting it be known that he developed those death spores from the genetic makeup of Omega Red. With Deadpool's body broken and limp on the ground, barely able to move, the man with the peacock tattoo definitely wants to utilize him in some way, shape, or form to see if his healing factor compares to that of Wolverine. This is when he tells the Omni-Mutant to tear apart Domino. But the Omni-Mutant doesn't listen. That is because Max is now controlling him. The man with the peacock tattoo had called him a mutie. Max knew that he was going to be cut up into little pieces. He refuses to let this happen. As Max get ready to have the Omni-Mutant just tear him apart, Domino interjects. She doesn't want this kid to have to carry around a death on his heart, and so she goes up and she punches him in the face. Now there is a quick data page, but they receive 98% of the data download. The XENO plants are united by a psychic signal. Beast wants to pervert this coding and take the plants offline. What Beast wants to do is to kill every single one of the clones that this guy has ever created, all in one fell swoop in one movement. It's like a psychic cyanide pill going across. And while Sage does try to argue against this, that they might deserve the chance to live, because this cloning isn't that much different than their resurrection. But of course, Beast just says nah, and he's going to do it. That is where we have Domino and the Peacock Man. The man with the peacock tattoo currently strapped to a table, and while in this moment she has the opportunity to torture him, to open him up, to just make his life hell. After revealing his face, she actually kind of takes pity on him. After seeing all of his scars, her scars don't look so bad. But instead, she is going to let all the monsters that he created down here take care of him, with Max removing the telepathic link to all of his quote-unquote children. They are about to dice him to pieces. And so Domino, Deadpool, and Max, they are able to make their escape from the facility. As they take off and head back to Krakoa, they detonate all the charges that they had planted inside the facility. Anything that is in there most likely has died. But this was so much more than taking out the man with the peacock tattoo. This was an opportunity for Domino to heal. And now that the Peacock Man is dead, now that his facility, his entire operation has been destroyed, just maybe she can heal. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely not a bad issue. This is well deserved for Domino. Finally getting a little bit of revenge, a little bit of closure on those that had imprisoned her and tortured her. And we did get a little hint at Kid Omega. Now it doesn't say where he went or where he has been, but we do know that Kid Omega's powers were kind of used to link the Engineer, or the man with the peacock tattoo, to all of his creations. My question is, if the Omni-Mutant was made up of all of those individuals, did that explosion kill it, or was it able to survive? But at least for now, we can assume that the man with the peacock tattoo, at least he is dead. But it is comic books, you never know, we might see him again in the future. I am hoping now that we can move past this whole XENO thing, now that they have been taken off the board and all of their operatives have been taken down, we can focus on Beast. We can focus on what has been going on with him. We can focus on how he has essentially become the worst version of himself, making Dark Beast look like the good guy. And I am hoping that we can finally figure out what the heck happened to Kid Omega. I am so ready to have him back, and I am so tired of nobody in X-Force talking about it. Nobody looking for him, nothing. It is time to bring back Kid Omega, or at the very least, give us closure on what the heck happened to him. Such a powerful mutant out there, just on the verge, on the precipice of truly reaching his potential, and he was taken away from us. And if the fall of Krakoa is in the future, if this paradise is about to be taken away, they are gonna need Kid Omega more than ever. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having 5 different tiers. From $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.